Center in Maseru. Very good afternoon to you again, Takwane. Thank you so much for staying with us. Any results that have started trickling in?
Well, good afternoon, Simpiwe. Yes, in the last 5 hours, we've seen 26 constituencies officially published here at the National Results Center. And out of those 26, 23 have gone to the Lesotho Convention, that is the main opposition party led by former Prime Minister Tom Thabane. But what I can tell you also is that from a quick analysis, these are peri-urban areas, these are outside of Maseru urban areas, in other words, urban areas of other districts other than Maseru. And so here is where Lesotho Convention really enjoys a lot of support. What I can also tell you is that the other three have gone to the Democratic Congress, that is the Prime Minister's party, and also the Lesotho Congress of Democracy. Deputy Prime Minister Mothetjwa Metsing has maintained his Mahobong constituency. But also the Movement for Economic Change, this is the new kid on the block, broke away from Deputy Prime Minister Mothetjwa Metsing's Lesotho Congress for Democracy, and there the leader Sidibe Motshoborwane, I think he's a very happy man, has also retained that constituency under the new banner of the Movement for Economic Change. Simpiwe?
Does that sort of give us an idea of what the outcome would be?
Well, at this point in time, Simpiwe, is really early days. As I say, in the last 5 hours, we've only had 26 out of 80 constituencies officially announced. Now, what that tells you is that we probably have another day, maybe tomorrow midday, we'll have an indication of which direction the results are going. But also the ones that are still very much missing in action are the Maseru constituencies. But those are larger constituencies. On average, the ones that have been announced have about 7,000, 8,000, 6,000 voters, but the Maseru main ones will probably have 16,000 upwards of voters registered there. So we expect that counting will take a lot longer than it did in the peri-urban areas and the rural areas. But also the ones that will also be delayed will be the far-flung areas, the mountain areas, because there, traveling from one place to another, taking the results from a ballot station or from a voting station to a constituency or to the head office of that district will take quite a bit of logistics. So you might find that it takes a bit of time for them to eventually publish their results, for them to come through here to the results center. So still very early days. As I say, 26 out of 80 constituencies announced. Remember that out of that 80, we still have 40 more that will be allocated via proportional representation, a compensatory proportional representation. So as much as we're looking at the numbers of constituencies coming through, we're also looking at the percentage of votes that the parties are getting, because that will determine how many seats they get out of the other 40 that will then make the 120 of the National Assembly. But we expect probably the final result, the formal final result officially to be announced probably on Tuesday. Simpiwe?
Now, from the last time we chatted about a couple of hours ago, you said that vote counting is a bit slow. How is it going now?
I beg your pardon, Simpiwe?
From the last time we chatted about a couple of hours ago, you said that vote counting is a bit slow. So how is it going now?
The what is a big thrill?
The vote counting process is a bit slow. How is it now?
Yes. Oh yes, it is. As I say, in the last 5 hours from 12 o'clock, because the vote started coming in, or rather the results of constituencies started coming in around midday, and now 5 o'clock we have 26. As I said, it's out of 80 constituencies. So that is a bit slow, but that's to be expected, Simpiwe, because even in the last elections we only had the official final results 2 days after the election. So now I think the IEC Results Center will probably work until late today, but tomorrow, perhaps in the morning, we'll then start seeing a clearer picture of what it is that's supposed to happen. But from what we see and from what we saw as we were going around, the Lesotho Convention is out here already celebrating. But of course, Maseru is their stronghold, and a lot of the results, Simpiwe, will come in to the official, or rather the public space before they're announced officially, because you know that you have party agents, and party agents will inform their leaders, and therefore their leaders will inform structure. So they will know even before the results come here how they have performed per constituency. So we expect that although we haven't had the official results of the Maseru constituencies, the ABC supporters already know how they have performed, and this is why they are celebrating outside the results center here in Maseru. Simpiwe?
Were you able to sort of have a chat with the election observers just to gather feedback from them as to how the elections went yesterday?
Well, a lot of them had said that things were calm as they expected. A lot of them had said that apart from the soldiers that we saw at the voting stations, to the surprise of the Independent Electoral Commission, they thought everything went well. But I can tell you that the police have responded to the shocking, or the shocking situation of the army at the polling stations, saying that they, the police, actually requested support from the army. But of course, if you can remember what the Executive Secretary of SADC, Dr. Stegomina Tex, when she spoke to us the day before the election, she said to us, unlike the statements that we got earlier on that were saying that government had given the assurance that the army would stay in the barracks and that it would be surprising to see them, what she said to us, and I'll quote her, she said the army would play a role that would be professional and within the law. So we expect that perhaps she had a sense that the government was going to deploy. But of course, the police coming out today to say that they themselves requested that support, and the IEC had said yesterday they did not request that support. But we have the side of the police on the story now. Simpiwe?
All right, Ntakwana, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. That was Ntakwana Ngotane speaking to us live from Maseru in Lesotho, wherein vote counting is in progress.